not big on this YouTube stuff, but felt like this is something I want to do. I watch a lot of Jake Snatter, his fucking Supra, his M4, his Huracan, and I was like, I want to do that too. Before I get into anything big, I just want to introduce myself, introduce my car, and then go from there. I'm a 17-year-old. I live out here in Conway, South Carolina. Not really a lot happens out here. I'm still in school. I'm taking some college classes. I'm going into my senior year next year, so I'll be done soon, but I'm not done yet. So I'm still juggling school, juggling work, and most of all, I'm juggling her. This is my 2014 Genesis Coupe 2.0T. Yes, she has a name. It's just Genny. That's what I like to call her. I got Genny sometime in 2024. I didn't get her. I got the green light to start on her at around mid 2024, into 2024. So me and my dad, we worked at a shop together a little further down in Conway. It's a little mechanic shop. We brought people in, fixed their cars up, whatever, did that, had our own little place, nice little inside garage. It was pretty cool. I learned a lot there. That's really what started my love with cars, was going to work with my dad, getting to learn and see for myself. So this is really what started this. But Genny comes in. I don't exactly remember when I told myself I liked her. I'm talking about my crush, but I do know it was sometime around the end of 2024. Genny had been sitting here for years. Not here, but at the shop for years. She was rusty. She was dirty. Her engine was blown. It overheated. Her previous owner ran her hot. She spun a bearing. I didn't know she blew a motor. I thought she just needed work. So I asked my dad, I'm like, hey Dad, what car is this? Because I like how it looked. I didn't know nothing. I didn't even know what a Genesis Coupe was. I didn't know what a Genesis was. I knew Hyundai, but I didn't know she was a Hyundai until I did research, but that's a little further down the line. I asked my dad, I was like, what car is this? He told me what it was. He told me what happened. He told me who it belonged to at the time. I was like, damn, this is a nice car. And I didn't really register that it had two doors, and I really like the two-door look on cars. It just makes it look cooler to me, I guess. Sedans are fine, but I like two doors. But yeah, man, I was like, I really like this car. I'm at the age to get my permit, so obviously now's the time to start thinking about getting me a car that I can drive on my own. He tells me, he's like, the previous owner doesn't want it. It's mine now. So I'm like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? But the motor was blown, so I couldn't just fix her up and take her out. I had to fix the motor. So when he told me that this car was mine, obviously I was excited. But I was more excited to get to work, because this would be my first motor that I took out on my own. Or not on my own, because he helped me rebuild it, but I took it out out of the car on my own. I remember I tore the crankshaft positions in. We had to buy a new one. It was a whole thing. I think he gave me the green light to start taking the motor out, because he had put a motor in and then it ran hot. Y'all know how these cars are. He gave me the green light to start taking the motor out in November 2024. I have pictures. I don't know if I'll be able to throw them up there, but I'll try. But this took me a few months to actually get it out, because I had school. I didn't have my license. I couldn't go on my own time. And again, it was locked. It wasn't our shop. We were paying rent. So we had to get permission from them. And then I had to ride with my dad whenever he went. I didn't know it had a turbo. Now, at the time, I didn't know. I knew what a turbo was. I had a general idea, but I didn't know how fun they are and the sounds they make. He got some connecting rods, timing system, all that. So I had to wait. During that time, I was really upset, because I was so excited for this car, but I had to wait, because I knew I wanted to modify it. Because as soon as he told me that it was mine, I went home and I did research. I found out what it was. I found out about the turbo, the 3.8. I found out about all the aftermarket support. It wasn't even running. It was sitting in the yard dirty and catching dust, and I got stuff. The parts came at around December-ish, maybe January, actually. Threw the parts onto the engine, put it back together. My dad helped me rebuild it. So I took the engine out. He helped me rebuild it because that's a lot. That's very technical. I didn't know what the hell, like, all that stuff. He taught me that. I would be coming after school because I get out of school at 12 here. So I would be coming after school. I'll be wrenching on this car, trying to get it done as quick as possible. It was February. We got the car on for the first time. We got the engine in. I remember sitting right here, and my dad was sitting right here out this window, and he was kind of instructing me through. Obviously, I knew how to turn the car on, but turning the car on for the first time after engine change is, you got to kind of give it some time. It turned on. I'm over here jumping, screaming like a little kid, but I couldn't drive it home because the brakes were shot. Obviously, it was sent for a minute, the brake fluid and the caliper, all that, the rusty. Well, I don't know. Couldn't drive it home, but I did get to drive it once we got home. He let me drive it whenever we got home. One big thing that I did notice is that turbo gauge, it wasn't building real boost. And that's because the sound tube that connects from the cold side intercooler piping and kind of comes into the cabin, the previous owner cut it. And then they left that hole wide open. Pause. So all the air was going out right there. So I was like, no, I got to fix that. So I went and I bought a little cap, plugged it in, man. And dude, when I actually built real boost, bro, oh my god, y'all. I've heard turbo cars all the time. I've heard them spool up beautifully. I heard the flutter, but I've never heard it in person. So I was stuck on getting these sounds to come out on this car because I knew they could make them, but I just didn't know how. And I was just like, man, I'm just waiting. I'm trying to figure out, and it's just not doing what I wanted to do. Since then, I've just been spending every waking moment with this car. I mean, obviously I got to daily drive it, going to school, you know, going up to my dad's shop, all that. This car means more to me than just metal, okay? This is my first car, my first real build. And it's obviously just something, and this car is not very common anymore. You don't see, there are some out here. I've seen some, they're really nice, but you don't see a lot of them, you know, at least where I'm at. You know, so that's pretty much how I came across her, man. I don't have a lot done to her yet. I do have an intake on here. Well, the cone, not the pipe. I don't have the piping yet. I have the stock piping, but I do have a cone up there. I got a barn plate intercooler, which is different from the stock one. I do have that. That's the biggest thing. And I got an exhaust. Well, not an exhaust. I just cut the muffler resonator off. An open pipe. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. When I'm done, I want to get her to at least 300 wheel horsepower. 320 maybe. I feel like that's pretty realistic for stock internals. 320 is probably the max because this is my daily. I don't want to do a race car out of this, you know. Let me see. So far I've got planned a bunch of cosmetics, so that's easy. But performance wise, a tune, obviously I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna get a Mamba 20T turbo. I might finish off the intake, get the pipe and all that, cold air maybe. I got the intercooler, so we'll go ahead at it. I do want to finish the exhaust. I might get like a ISR race, maybe a turbo back, I'm not sure. Some injectors, fuel pump, you know, stuff like oil cooler, radiator, stuff like that. Kind of more like maybe a catch can. And I have a blow-off valve. That's another thing. I have a blow-off valve. It's on there. It's a HKS. It's on there. And then cosmetic wise, I want to fix that hood because I'll let y'all see what the hood is, but it's really bad, like scruff. But I like the black. So I want to get a hood, preferably vented. I'm gonna get a splitter. I had one, but it flew off. I got a diffuser, but it's really small, so I'm gonna replace that. Side skirts, I had them, but I didn't put them on for some reason. So I want some new ones because they're old now. I have some window louvers. I don't know if y'all can see them out the window. No, you can't. But I see. I have some window louvers. So, and I do want to get the back ones. Inside, I want to go carbon fiber everything. Like, I already found a set for all this carbon fiber. This LED thing, I did this kind of as a joke. It looks terrible. It looks cool at night, but it looks bad in daylight. We can see all the ridges and mishaps and crap. I'm keeping her auto. Yeah, man, that's really it. I don't know. I guess I hit y'all back whenever I got something else to share. That's really what I'm gonna do. Like, this is just a car thing. I love cars thanks to my dad. You know, he got me into them. I really love the performance cars. You know, turbo superchargers. I mean, they're great, but I'm not a supercharger guy. I prefer turbo. You know, just performance cars, or, you know, not necessarily performance, but cars that have good performance, like a Kia Stinger. Yeah, that car has a twin turbo, but it's made for more comfort, you know, and it's a sedan, but it still has a turbo. It still got like 300 something, almost 400 horsepower. Them the type of stuff I like Supras. I love Supra. I really want one. That's probably gonna be the next thing I get. You know, $60,000 car, but that's okay. And it's a BMW, but we won't say that. And I do like, yes, it's not all foreign. I do like domestic stuff. I'm a big fan of Camaros. Like, that's my favorite Chevy. Camaros. Then the Corvette. And then the Mustangs, I like them, but I'm not as big on them as I am with the Chevy. That's really it. So like I said, man, I guess I'll catch y'all whenever I got something else to put on. I think my next video, I guess, will be like a little walk around, little mod thing. It's not a lot. I got some stuff coming. I think the next thing I'm probably gonna do is either I'm gonna do the mesh grill and the hood vents, or I'm probably just gonna go ahead and get the intake and finish that off, make a little heat shield. And then after that, probably, I got the intercooler. Oh, exhaust. So we'll either do the mesh, the intake, and then after that we'll go exhaust. And then we're probably gonna have to do some cooling stuff and some fuel system stuff, because obviously that's a bigger turbo. I'll probably try to do the turbo and the fuel stuff like in one, so that I can just go ahead and tune it right after, instead of trying to tune it for one, then tune it again for another. But then that's gonna be like a little downtime. Or I'll probably have to drive it real like Granny. I don't do that. I mean, I don't drive it wild. Like, I mean, I boost it a little bit, but like I said, it's my daily car. I can't be pushing it like that. But yeah, man, like I said, for like third time, I'll catch y'all whenever I got something else.